it's just hard for me to compare that to anything else, or Haitian, or anybody
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
country. So the general theme of the country is people are at ease, they're happy, in general.
Mhm.
So when I came here and I started meeting people and I started meeting the women and I seen how submissive and nice and sweet and caring and how they wanted you to meet their family, how family oriented they were, how every Sunday out here in Sosua, the beach is filled with family and
Yeah,
children
family.
and everybody's having a good time, regardless of what everybody knows what's going on in Sosua.
Yeah.
They take a break and everybody's with their family. I just didn't see that in back home. I didn't experience that a lot. So that was the key thing. As soon as I touch ground, man, you can feel the energy from the feminine side that just says, "Hey, you're welcome here. I don't care what you did in your past. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about none of it, your jewels, how flashy you are, none of that stuff. If you treat me good, I'm gonna treat you good." I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of men are looking for.
And everybody's treated equal. Like everybody
Equal,
in Sosua is
everybody.
treated equal. I remember my first encounter getting off the Caribbean Tours bus. I'm walking down the strip. Woman just grabbed my junk out of the. She caught me off guard. She said, wow! I'm like, hey, what in the hell is going on here? Woman just came. She
Right.
like Bruce Lee, like, whoa! Just I'm like, hey,
Yeah, man.
what in the? It was a different world from me. And shout out to my brother Wesley, man. I really appreciate you, brother, being in the building. Look, man, the woman just grabbed my junk like karate, just like the
Yeah.
iron claw, the tiger claw. And I was like, I'm looking at her like, oh, I'm gonna fit in good over here. All right.
It's right where I need to be.
It's right where I need to be at. Look, she's like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah.
Man, I
Oh
almost
yeah.
got kidnapped at least twice. I stayed in Los Amigos. You know where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came out here,
Yeah.
and man, I feel like I almost got kidnapped 3-4 times by them chicas. Man,
Mm-hmm.
they are aggressive in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
not in a bad way. So to to receive that energy when you haven't received it a good majority of your life, it could be a shock, man. It take a little while to adjust to
Yeah.
that. Yeah, to be able to maneuver through it. So yeah, that was the biggest shock for me, man. The people I tell people I see nothing but beautiful teeth out here all day.
Yeah.
Every day. Smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the women are just, man, they hit different. Like a lot of people, I try to tell them, so they'll see some of the creep cam videos and stuff, and they'll say, well, I don't see that many pretty women. And me and even shot on Jay, me and him even talk about it. So Jay, don't listen to don't just go by the
Right.
creep cam video.
Right.
They got women that'll just come through like a unicorn and just throw you the hell off. Like
Oh
you don't
yeah.
know where they come from. Look
Yeah.
like some ninja that made them in a lab. You could just be sitting there with the brothers kicking it, and a unicorn just come through. You're like, oh my God. Look, the last day all us was in flip-flop talking. We just sitting there talking. And a herd of unicorns just came through. Like, what the heck? It just froze the whole everything. Brothers got chicken wings in their mouth. Like, it's like it was just that kind. It's just out of the blue. We don't know where these chicks come from. So I tell dudes all the time, don't just look at the creep cam video.
Oh no.
Don't that's
No.
B team. You
No.
don't even know what the hell's going on. Like when you just because a lot of people, DR has like, DR, man, is a weird kind of place how people look at it. So they just equate everything to a couple of blocks.
Right.
They don't really understand the whole country, even the whole Sosua. They don't see. It took me even getting outside of Pedro Clasante to see the whole Sosua.
Right.
Sosua has all kind of different things, and it got the good, the bad, and the ugly. And how I feel about all of it, whether it's pay for play, whatever, is just this. Whatever people do, they're gonna do anyway. And the biggest part of pay for play in the world is the United States of America. That's the biggest pay for play that you will see in your life is the US of A.
Yes.
Yeah.
We act like Vegas don't exist.
Yeah.
America.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans, in Chicago, in New York, in Houston, and all these other places. That's the norm where we just try to cover things up in our country like that's not what's going on. But it's very obvious that's what's going on. It's just I heard somebody say the other day that the only difference between what's going on in the United States and what's going on in places like this is they don't want to accept that that's what they're doing in the United States.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
But look, here's the thing. I'm going to trip your head out. Shout out to Yoga in the building. Appreciate you, brother. We're going to open it up in a little bit. I just wanted to get with my brother and just talk. But look, here's the thing, man. I try to tell guys, look, here's the thing in the U.S. U.S. works like this. Women are free as hell in the they can you can't slut shame them. They can do
body shame them.
No, you can't body shame them. They could do the whole stroll, whatever they want to. The 304 stroll. Look, even gay men can. And look, shout out to the gay people. That's what you want to do. But they can go to parades. They can bounce that ass, do whatever they want to do, and nobody says nothing. But the moment a black man, or even any man, because America is kind of demasculating, but especially a black man, when we do it, everybody has a problem, especially other black men. They hate to see you win. They, especially them cats, they will feel like, I'm like, is it okay for a woman to clap cheeks, a gay guy to clap cheeks,